And we're back to another episode of Let's Play PC Building Simulator. I'm your host, CRPG Guy, and let's get to it. So, let me see here. So we need to figure out what's wrong with this guy. It don't power up. So it's gonna be the motherboard here. Um, it's one of those tiny ones, I think, too. So what we're going to need to do is put a motherboard in here. I don't think that micro one's going to work, though. But we could buy this exact same thing. I have no problem with investing a little bit in a motherboard. Z370-G with the Wi-Fi. Z370. Oh, well, we actually can throw this in here. That's an AM, but they're both AM4s. So that's not going to fly. But we can at least replace this Z370G or, well, wait a minute. It's a Coffee Lake. So let's get the cheapest Coffee Lake Moonies can buy. We might need something with a $4,000 range, though. And the reason I say that is because memory-wise, we have some 4,000 cards we're sitting on, though we also have, I think, no, we don't have any doubles. Well, we have 3,000. Oh, actually, we do. We could put two of, we could put these two guys in a rig. So, okay. Might want to consider that. So let's go to memory, motherboard. Not the memory. Coffee Lake. We're putting in 3,000. So, as nice as these are because they're cheaper to chuck in, we want a little bit more with performance. So we'll go with this guy. That'll cover that rig. What's wrong with this? Does not power on. Neither of these powers on. So, we's got to diagnose. We's got to diagnose. Let's go ahead. Oops. And we may same day ship this depending. Let's check the power supply. Hoping it's the power supply. It is the power supply. Cooler Master V750. So that's 140. But that doesn't tell us what else is wrong with this guy. So minus 140. I have a feeling, too, his motherboard might also be broken. But we gotta, you know, let's just pull this thing apart, because we kind of gotta figure this out anyway. And then we can put back what we need to put back, if that becomes an issue. But I have a feeling the motherboard's bust. And there's no way for us to tell until we actually take a look at it. Yeah, no, motherboard's fine. Hard drive, not so much. Storage. Broken hard drive. So, let's put this back in. And then take a gander to see what's missing here. I didn't see the heatsink, so that might be in a different area. Somebody wanted black cabling, so let's make sure that we actually have that out. I don't think we do. Loose plain black cabling, sleeved. We'll go with sleeved. And let's make sure that that was what was requested of us. Plastic black ones. Okay, yeah. And what do we have here? Repairs, 2P builds, and some requests. Okay. Oh no, there is a heatsink in there. Okay. Can't believe it's just a power supply, though. I mean, we could put one in to test the machine out. You know what? I'm thinking that's actually a really good idea. Well, we know the hard drive's bad. We don't have a spare. But it's a 1 terabyte. With a $500 budget, we can put some other nice stuff in there. Let's just put in enough stuff to test it and check it. That's what I say. Make sure that we don't get any other errors. Fan's looking good. May as well put an operating system on here. Alright, everything else looks fine. Okay, so it's really just those 2 components. Which is a bit embarrassing. And I say embarrassing because it's like, that's it for a $500 budget? Alright, let's get him a replacement hard drive. 1 terabyte Seagate. You know what we could do? So we can give him a bigger one. There's the 2, there's the 3. Where's the 4 terabyte? There it is. So 130. You know, we'll add in some speed as well. How about that? That way, 1, 2, 260, 360, $400. That should make him happy. That should make him happy. Alright, so that should be done there. Again, we don't know what's wrong with this guy. So let's just undo and take kind of slowly just take everything out. Though if we find out it's the power supply right away, I'll just shove one in there to see if it fixes any problems. A lot of cabling. We need to remove the cabling on all of this too, by the way. You might be thinking, well, why? Because this is the guy that specifically asked for the black cabling. Hence why all the cabling on this rig's gots to go. Alright. Let's check this power supply, which is also broken. Okay, he had the Corsair 750i. So we had a 750i. And I know we have a used one, but we're not going to throw that in there. And this dude's repair budget was much smaller at 300, so we can't spend too much. But we do know a big factor is the power supply, which one of the things, before we put the power supply back in, let's blast this out. No. Let's just put that power supply in, because if I have to take the motherboard out, some of that will clean up on its own. It still ain't booting up. So, okay, so the problem here is actually rather simple. And the fix that we're going to have to do is the motherboard. So see, this is why I didn't waste time blowing the dust out, because I've got to remove everything. Literally. Now, I might order these parts the same day, as well as order the parts for the build rigs. If the diagnostics are not super direct, straightforward, I may not even bother. Alright. Now let's clean her out. And then we can sort through the... Oh, no, the power supply is fine. Well, then what... Oh, did I put in the wrong power supply? I might have. Okay, hold on. Let's just clean this out first. There's a hard drive in there. It's clean. I think we got it. Hard drive is there, as is this one. Could be slow and riddled with prawn. We don't know. What's missing? Is it really just the power supply? Yeah, I swear I put this in. Now it boots up. No. Since we're going to have to run tests on it anyway, let's just put this on. I'm not going to run the virus scan yet because we got to run both softwares over here, but I'm just going to put it on because I can. And since it's something we don't need to replace. We don't need to replace the hard drive or anything. It just makes sense to kind of knock this out. But so far, it just seems like it's a power supply issue. So I'm okay with that. Alright, let's take this out. Because we only put new parts in for repair jobs, unless I'm really feeling that cheap. Alright. Okay, so we've diagnosed these rigs behind me. So let's just see. This is just scary now. Okay, I got the computer back from your shop, but when I tried to turn it on, it just showed some really weird message on the screen and turned itself on again. Off again. I didn't get a chance to read it properly, but it was all in red against a black background. I think I saw the words profane. I'm actually kind of scared. It won't turn on at all now. I press the button and I just hear this weird hissing sound, and I can smell something like burning. So strong I can almost taste it. So this guy needs an AX370 Gaming 5. 370 Gaming 5. Boom. And so, yeah, replace the motherboard. We accept. Help repairs needed. Hi, there's something wrong with my PC. It's not immediately obvious what's gone wrong. You'll have to do some digging. I think I rammed the RAM. Get it, hey? I haven't got a clue what's wrong. You got to get it done by tomorrow. My kid has been getting some weird pop-ups. I read that Corsair parts are really good. Well, what do you have? So he has Corsair, and he says there's something wrong with the Corsair RAM. He doesn't say there's anything wrong with anything else. So let's just look. 4 gig 3200. So let's go to 3200. It's only 65 bucks. So I get the impression there might be more wrong with this, but we'll order that RAM now. Because that's all that we can assume is wrong with it. Bespoke PC request and build me a PC. I'm actually looking for a new build for performance. Oh god, 5500. Does 6058 sound like a fair benchmark target? I need it done soon, tomorrow at the latest. I like water cooling. It's one of those, and I read Intel parts are really good. Don't pass off any used stuff. This is pretty much the rig we built earlier, so let's just accept it. $4,000. We can make one change, however. So we'll need the Antec. So this is 5500, right? Is that what it was? So we can actually go bigger if we really want to. So let's go the biggest we can humanly go. 5500. So this is going to be minus 60. We got to go Intel, so that's not an option. Whoop. Let's go with 1,000 watt power supply. So this will be in minus 2. Whoops. Minus 205. There, storage. Let's go with the best storage money can buy. Why not? So minus 400. Processor. Minus 730. He wants liquid cooling. Can we give him the best? I say give him the best. That might be overkill, though. It may not fit. You know what? Let's buy it anyway. We'll take that risk. For now. I regret this decision already. Size 360 millimeter. You know what? We can check the case, really. 360. Would fit in there. Maybe. No, I don't know. You know what? Let's go with one size smaller just to be safe. I know this'll fit. So let's minus 160. That puts us at 3,945. Motherboard, we need to go with a Coffee Lake. Again, we want 4,000 speed with dual card. Yep. Memory, 4,000. One, two, three, four. Minus. And we still have $2,710 left. Oh my god. Where does one go from here? Well, is there anything... What motherboards are in the 4133 range? Well, they're Coffee Lake. So, if we add back in the 155 and go with something more beastly, we can go with more beastly RAM. But let's... You know what? Before I do that, let's check out the memory at that speed. I don't think there's 16 gigs, though, is there? No. So it's faster memory. We could try this out, though. It's faster memory, but less of it. So we can... You know what? Let's try that out. We don't do that very often. We don't get to try these things out. So... Let me put in... Oh, shoot. Yeah, let's try that. So let's put this back. Put one of those back. All right, let's go back in here and let's go with something that looks fancy. Boom. Because why not? Memory. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then really at this point, we have the best processor, the second best cooling, practically one of the best motherboards. But let's go with 1, 2. All right, that should be good. We didn't even use all of this money yet. It's so insane. Okay, here's one that's a little harder. Overclock GPU to 3500. Okay, I'm in the market for a new PC. The PC can definitely hit 3500 megahertz. Can you overclock it for me? Let's overclock the GPU to 1200 megahertz. You got to get it done in 2 days. I read NZXT parts are really good. I heard you guys use parts. Please don't do that. All right, so we accept. But what we need to figure out is getting it to 3500. 1200 megahertz isn't that high. So, first things first. 3,500 megahertz or higher. He doesn't seem to care about other performance, so we really just need to get that for him. So we're talking Kaby Lake. Let's go with a good Kaby Lake here. Not gonna be too cheap. So minus 170. But we need to check something out here. Motherboards. I know there's an NZXT. See, these are Coffee Lake, so I don't think they're going to work with what we need to do. So actually, let's change what we're going to do here. Let's go and find a Coffee Lake that is at the frequency that we need. And that shouldn't be that hard. What do we need to beat? 3,500 with a Coffee Lake? Well, even the cheapest Coffee Lake beats that. So I say... Let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. So, boom. Let's go with an NCXT board. The cheapest one that does what I need it to do. They're all 240 until you get over here. What's the difference? I don't see a difference. They just look different. So, screw that. Alright, so we'll buy this at 240. Boom. Alright, so we've got a good start here. Now, let's do the rest. So let's do a case, NZXT. We'll take this guy for 80 bucks. Boom. Minus 80. Now, we kind of need to stay cheap on some of the other stuff. We can't go as diehard as we did earlier, but before we do anything, let's grab a Kraken, shall we? Grab the $100 Kraken. Okay, so we have all the NZXT stuff that we can really get. Right? The only thing I didn't look at is like case fans. But that's for leftover cash, assuming we have any. So power supply. Let's go with 750 watt. The cheapest 750 watt we can get is how I figure it. Here we go, 110. Bam. Minus 110. So that's 750 watt storage. We could probably get away with one of these fast beastly guys. Let's just go here at minus 110. 2190. So what do we need now? We need graphics and memory. The memory on this guy was not over 4,000. So let's just go to like, I think it was like 3688. Or was it 3866? We'll figure this out. 3866. So memory-wise, we can go with 3866. And that's not too bad. I know we can do two of these for sure. Minus 272. Minus 232. Which leaves us with 1646. So let's grab two of these for the time being. Let's look at graphics cards. Now we need a graphics card over 1200 megahertz. So, as you can see, that's relatively low performance. That's pretty much anything. So here's my suggestion for this rig. Is to just go down here and grab one that's significantly over. So we'll just grab this guy. Boom. Just one. Don't need to duel it. We have 916 left to spend, so guess what we're going to spend it on? More RAM. So if we minus 272, that leaves us with 644, so that gives us enough. Let's add back in the 110. Because we're going to dump this and grab the best storage. We have $754 left. We're going to buy the best storage. The fastest storage. Boom. Minus 400. 354 left over. I don't see a reason to dick around with this rig much more, though. Because it's all here. And it's looking pretty good. I think because we have these two expensive rigs and we have repair work to do, let's go ahead and order these parts today and have them arrive same day. Boom. Let's close that out. All right. Let's also, while we're just looking at it, nobody wanted special cabling, right? Corsair. Yeah, we're good with the rest of that. Okay. So here's what I also want to do. Let's do this as well. Micro tower. We need a micro tower. Those are always nice. Never know when you're going to need it. And sure, I'll take it. All right, so we're running its course. Okay. Let us get to the repairs here. This guy needed a power supply. Let's go. Gotta grab the parts. Power supply. He had the V750. Here we go. And he also had the mechanical hard drive. Storage. Boom. Well, he's not going to need to have anything else checked, that's for sure. And when I mean checked, I mean like he's not going to have the computer. So this says diagnose and fix. Something else is broken. Well, what is it? What's still broken? Computer booted. You know what? It's gonna get weird. Maybe I got a 3D mark it? This is running. The fans look like they're running. We pulled everything out and it cleared. And I don't think you can replace cases, so I don't get what they're getting at. Let's run the virus scan anyway. Okay, this is strange. Maybe I had to put in the exact hard drive, which was a 1 terabyte. Let me just grab it really quick. It's not that expensive. And he has room for it. And we'll get this money back, so. Because that's what he had in there. No, it still says diagnose and fix. Well, let's just run that and we'll figure that out in a little bit. Now this dude had the Corsair one. Okay, and that one shows up as working good now. So before we do anything else, though, we're going to put the mount on. And pretty much piece the rest of this back together. Maybe it's dusty and I can't really tell. We'll run this. And 3D mark. Are you dusty and I can't tell that you're dusty? You look dusty. Alright, motherboard. I don't remember which one we bought for this. I think this is a repair. Where's the motherboard we bought for this guy? Must be this one. I can always buy another motherboard. But I want to get this thing out of here. I'll leave the 500 watt good dude in here. Graphics cards. This is what was in there. 570X. I thought we had... So these two actually might work with each other. So let's change this up a wee bit here. So maybe we don't want the 500 watt. Let's put in a better power supply. What do we got? 650. No, we got a 750. 850. Yeah, let's put in the 850. Let's just try this with the graphics cards first. Yeah. Dual card goodness. That means we'll put in better stuff in here. There's take this 1 terabyte out. Put in we put in our solid state. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. I think we have 2 memory sticks we can put in. Where's that little red one? There it is. Processor. Put you in there. Put in the best heatsink that we have that's used. Probably that one at 32. All right, looking good. Let's make sure the RAM is also set. It still says diagnose problem. What the problem is maybe beyond me. Gets to a point where you replace everything in the rig. Okay, we're going to have to take all this back out except for the power supply, I think. But this guy's done. We know this is done. Alright. Run 3D Mark. I hate when this game does weird stuff like this for no reason. And I do say no reason because it's silly that I'm having an issue like this. Alright. You are done. Now, let's just grab this one. Who had the NZXT stuff? Visible James. Okay. Let's go with that. Run it. What's it worth right now? 659. That's not that much. You'd think you'd get more for that, but we're really not, even though we put the best stuff we had in there. Huh. Alright, let's really diagnose this for a second. So all of this is working. Take the motherboard out. There must be something I'm missing here. I don't see a solid state on the back. I can remove the drive bay, so it's not the drive bay. So here comes the motherboard. Let me take these fans out. The only other parts we haven't checked. Everything looks fine. So maybe it's the case, but you can't replace cases. They changed that? Let me see. No, you can't change the case. So let's put everything back in and make sure that it works. Oops, did I put in the right power supply on that rig? I think I did. Did I buy another Corsair? Hold on. Hold on. What did I put in here? Oh no, I put in a 750 Mi. Must have bought another one then. For rump. Alright, and put in the rest of his parts. There's nothing wrong with this rig. Diagnostics wise. And it passed a heat sink test, so or passed a stress test, so it can't be like I forgot to put in the gel or anything. Maybe it's dusty. I hate white towers. That could be what it is. We'll run the dust filter, the dust stuff, just to check. But let's get this put back together first. That's all it could be. But it didn't show up dusty when it came in, I don't think. This is ridiculous. Let me set the RAM. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Everything else is fine. East side. What did he say? My PC broke itself. It's a bit of a mystery. Can you figure out what's wrong? When I turn it on, the fans don't turn on. The fans don't turn. And then I get an overheating error. I heard you guys use parts in PCs. Please don't do that. Well, how much have we spent so far? We could replace the fans. 170 left. So why not buy one of these? E33 eSport 1. And what are the two fans that he has here? Fractal Design GP12s. Oh, I don't have Fractal Design as an option, so I don't even know if we'll have to do better than these. This is tough because the heatsink should be fine because I wouldn't be able to get through this if the heatsink wasn't working. I have a feeling this is a fan problem, but it says the fans are fine. We're going to buy a new one of these anyway. But let's go with like the best speed that we can get. For 140s. Okay. Let's go with the second best speed. Let's go with one that's not 140. How about that? Let's go to 120. What do we got? 42, 75. 75 is the best that we got. So let's buy two of these. See, it's still completing, so I'm reluctant to think it's the heat sink. Oh, they're gonna make me put those back in anyway. See, this is why I don't get it. So now I have fans I don't need. This is why I don't get it, because if it's working, I can't take it out and replace it with a new one. So I just wasted like 50 bucks. So I'm just going to turn it in as is, because what the hell am I supposed to do? I can't, the only other thing it could be is the case itself, but you can't replace cases. So what I might do is, before we turn this in, we'll save, but there's nothing else we can do. And this is going to suck because it's going to ruin my score, my perfect star rating. So maybe we should hold on to it until we can figure out what the hell's going on. But I don't know. See, I don't want to sit on this rig even though it's technically done because it looks like the mission glitched out. Alright, so let's look over here. It's worth $1,400. Nice. That makes me feel better. I might have a long episode, guys, because I still want to build those other 2 rigs. Oh, this is frustrating. Really, really frustrating, because it's working. The problem's been diagnosed. So what are they getting at? You know what? I'm sending it back. It's fixed. Fuck them. Alright, this is the other rig. I'm sorry, it's just... They can't... if you can't, express to me what's wrong in running diagnostics and running performance checks on everything, then I don't know what to say, because I don't think there's a way to fix it. There is no way to fix it, except for changing out the... Let me see if I can change the case out. I'm going to take this all apart one last time. And we'll grab another case from the closet and see if we can swap cases out. If we cannot swap cases out, then I have no idea what's wrong. There is nothing we can do to fix this rig. If it is that issue, then I'll be a little bummed, be a little weirded out about it, but a little bummed even. You know those extra fans we bought, we can throw them in the other computer. Not gonna lie, totally could. So let me see here. We'll take this out. What is the tower design here? Fractal Design Focus G. So it's a $50 case. But now what I need to do is I think I need to put the rest of this back together. But unless they updated the game, I don't think there's a way to do this. Let me... Okay, so then there's nothing I can do beyond what I've already tried. So... No, we're just going to put this back together and get rid of it. At this point, I could care less now. I've done everything possible to fix this rig. It's not dust. It's not faulty hardware because it's got all new hardware in it. And it's got even improved hardware on top of that. So as far as I'm concerned, the game is... This is like a glitched... This is probably a glitched mission. And I'm not going to play this game with it anymore. This is frustrating because it's going to lower our score. Unless it corrects itself, which it might. But I don't trust the game to do that. I don't trust the game to fully correct itself like that. This game's not known for it. So, well, you know what? I take that back. There were a few instances where it didn't play out that way. But, man, is it frustrating when this happens. Oh, yeah, let's try this. Because, you know, if this works for some reason, I'm going to be pissed. I mean, not in a bad way, but it'll still be annoying as hell. Nope. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to fix it. And nor am I going to benchmark it, because screw this guy. It works. We know it works. Well, unfortunately, guys, we're running out of time here. So, unfortunately, I have to say thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. When we come back, I've got 2 rigs to build. I'm going to turn in that rig, the rig that's causing problems. I'm going to turn that in on the next day, because I think we don't have to turn it in right away. Yeah, we don't have to turn it in right away. So since we don't have to turn it in right away, the vents look a bit clogged. Is that okay? I don't know. I don't get it. We'll have to keep. Maybe I'll keep looking at it, but yeah. But yeah. So anyway, we'll get these two guys repaired, and then we'll deal with this thing probably on the next day, because I don't want to send it back broken. I don't want to send it back until I collect the next day's jobs. Because if we get any level 5ers, we're not going to be able to do them because of that shitty rig. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch page at twitch.tv/JackTartStudios for live gaming action. And we will see you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching. And while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.